Paisanos, it's the
Excuse me, princess.
Super Show!
Welcome back to the Excuse Me Princess Super Show, where we're watching the entirety of the Legend of Zelda and the Super Mario Bros. Super Show in order of importance and in order of broadcast. I'm John.
I'm Aaron.
And the episodes we're watching today is the live-action segment Bonkers From Yonkers and the cartoon The Great Gladiator Gig.
If you are wanting to watch this with us,
Or against us.
or for us,
That would save a lot of time.
you can watch it at the Wild Brain Superheroes YouTube channel, Amazon Prime, buy the DVD. Not worth it unless you can find it for a good price. Trust us, we know.
Yeah.
Or you can watch the remastered editions on YouTube
Of which there isn't one of this episode.
that I could find.
Yeah, that you can find. Sorry about that.
This episode aired September 12th, 1989. And it starts off with Mario and Luigi doing some actual plumbing.
In their own plumbing shop. Maybe they get free rent in the building for upkeeping the building's plumbing. Because they're like the basement apartment of like a 6-story little brownstone thing.
Maybe. Which would explain why later on the doctor got there so fast. You know what the Mario Brothers are not? OSHA certified.
No.
So they're working on plumbing, doing pipe work, and Luigi drops a pipe on Mario's head without a hard hat on. And Mario thinks that he is a chicken. So Luigi goes to the pizza phone,
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
looks up,
Head doctors.
first it's Harry, then Happy, then Harry, then Head. And finds the world-renowned head doctor, Sigmund Fruitcake.
So I think we all know where we're going from here.
Immediately after hanging up the phone, Sigmund must be just in the apartment above, because he just comes right on in as Luigi's hanging up the phone to help deal with Mario. But first, insult Luigi and call him ugly.
Yeah.
Other than being having an ugly face, there's nothing wrong with your head.
Well, that's good. Thank you, Doctor. But actually, it's my brother Mario. He thinks he's a chicken. And something else happens.
Yeah,
this one kind of washed over me, not gonna lie.
Yeah, same. It just didn't stick.
No.
Which is going to be a lot of the theme for this episode. Nothing really stuck.
No.
Sigmund looks over Mario, does a bit of treatment, cuts away to the cartoon. We come back to Luigi calling Sigmund up again, Dr. Fruitcake, about the fact that Mario no longer thinks he's a bird. Now, he thinks he's a monkey. So when Sigmund asks, what do you want me to do about it? Turn him back into plain old vanilla Mario?
Because we all know how vanilla Mario is.
It's like, is that like an ice cream flavor? Like the Sonic,
With the gumball eyes, you can get vanilla Mario.
Yes.
I feel like there was a Mario ice cream, but I don't remember it.
Oh.
But anyway, Luigi, because it's a classic bit and a recycled joke, says, actually, I was hoping you could turn him back into a chicken.
We could use the eggs.
Yeah. Womp womp.
Cuts to more footage of the Zelda cartoon.
Yep, it's the preview, which is still the first half of the theme song, and then Sprite and Link and Zelda getting attacked by mops. So, stand by for partial excitement.
Yes. It is the best part of the episode. Spoilers.
Of the live action one, anyway.
Yeah. I think of both.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to hit 45 minutes on this one.
I don't... yeah.
But anyway, we cut back to the plumbing shop.
Where Sigmund is getting Mario to... Or trying to get Mario as a monkey to... or as a bird to repeat, I am not a bird. Where he does that, turns back into the monkey, has to repeat, I am not a monkey. Mario comes back to him just being him.
Yeah, because
surprise.
Dr. Fruitcake was using the technique that which would supposedly send the thoughts elsewhere, but he showed blatant disregard for where they would end up. And they ended up in Luigi.
Yeah.
Who is now squawking like a chicken. And until next week, do the Mario. It just kind of stops.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually it's not a bad closing line. Oh, I tell you what I can't do the Sigmund Fruitcake accent. He sounds like the old general from
I'll tell you what
Hero.
I'll do. I'll take $10 off your bill.
Yeah.
Which, you know.
That's 1989 money.
Yeah. Which would be equivalent to $78 today, adjusted to inflation. Probably $95 by the time this episode airs.
US or Canadian?
At that point, it's just gonna be North American currency.
One currency. Tab time. Oh, right. €1, €2. But anyway. So yeah, Bonkers from Yonkers, not the strongest live action segment we've had. Not the weakest.
No.
I think that honor still belongs to the orphan.
Yes.
Because she was annoying.
And surprise, surprise, we have a recurring guest next week, so I won't have to go through the guest synopsis.
But you do have to go through it right now.
So, what can we say about Larry Gelman? He was active from 1966 to 2018. 52 years?
Something like that.
Worth of quality, air quotes, content.
Yeah.
He did some really interesting stuff. So his first notable role, and related to this, is I Dream of Jeannie as Sigmund Freud for an episode.
Someone probably saw that in reruns and said, that guy.
Yeah. He also was in the 1960s Batman third season for one episode as a bank manager.
He's probably robbed by the Mad Hatter or something. We didn't look up what episode it is.
Yeah. And then he was Professor Albert Einstein in the Command and Conquer video game series. However, his most exciting work, his most
provocative work.
He plays a part based off of, or he plays in a movie based off of Alice in Wonderland. Known as Alice in Wonderland. X-rated musical fantasy. Where he plays the White Rabbit.
It's from that 70s golden age of art house smut.
Yeah. Weird enough that watching the trailer, you know exactly what goes on with it all. Loosely based off of the book.
Very loosely.
What was it in the trailer? A bedtime story. Finally made as a bedtime story.
Something like that.
Oh. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2021 from complications from a fall at the age of 90. With that being said, this was not his best work.
No. Like so many of these guys, half of them are just slumming it as just another TV role, half an hour work, and some of them just wanted to be in something that they knew their kids would like, because all their kids played the Nintendo. And like that Super Mario guy. But yeah, not my favorite live action segment. But he was good. Just moldy old jokes. It was on the cusp of, my arm hurts when I do this, so don't do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And the worst do the Mario yet.
Oh, yeah. Until next time, do the Mario!
Do the Mario.
Do the Mario!
Ew.
If I had a nickel for every time I misdid the do the Mario, I'd have 2 nickels. There, I can't do his accent, but I can do his accent.
Oh.
I'd have 2 gold coins.
So I guess...
You want to move on to the cartoon?
No, let's stick around on this for another 5 minutes to pad it out.
Excellent.
Just for the sake of padding. I hear that everyone likes when we talk about nothing.
Yeah.
And we just make their lives as miserable as possible.
I could just see Edward sitting there with that look on his face.
Yeah. I know the look you're talking about.
Oh,
it's a shame they actually wore pants that day.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. The cartoon, of course, the main event, the Great Gladiator Gig. Now, we didn't address your prediction from last time for Bonkers from Yonkers, which was that some sort of insane asylum inmate would escape and terrorize the Marios.
Which, to be fair, they both should be.
Yeah. So that didn't happen. And do you recall what your prediction was for the Great Gladiator Gig?
Yeah.
Was it just that we would be not entertained?
Well, that was yours, and I just kind of agreed with you, because... And we were not. Well.
We weren't wrong, and we weren't not entertained.
Yeah.
Oh, it was all right. Let's get into it. The Mario Brothers, Toad, and Princess Toadstool, and who I keep forgetting to address, is modeled after her NES sprite, including the red hair and kind of slightly stocky, squared-off design. They're traveling through the Linguini Empire. It's basically the Greco-Roman cartoon stuff. Lots of columns and pillars, and they're in a bathtub being drawn by a dopey horse. And but they're on their way to an all-you-can-eat spaghetti charity event to raise money for orphaned mushrooms. And you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone at that event, but I'm not going to say how. Depends what you like on your spaghetti. But
well, you could kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
That's right. And they arrive at the Coliseum, and the big guard...
On the way to the Coliseum.
Oh, yes, that's right. Overlooking...
King Koopa. Overlooking with his henchman, 3-headed snake person.
It's a... He calls him Triclydius, but it's a Triclyde, who was one of the bosses in Mario 2. One of your breaks from fighting Birdo every level, or Mouser. Which is still a 3-headed dragon. Pick up the shit, throw it at him. Now he's a 2-headed dragon. But anyway, his gimmick is having to be told everything 3 times because he's got 3 heads. Moving on.
However, King Koopa missed a perfect chance to be done with the crew all in one shot.
Yeah, I thought he was going to push that boulder over on them, the one he was hiding behind.
It would have been perfect.
No
one would have ever known. It would have been a freak accident. And no one would have found the bodies for days. The vultures would have gone to it. Nope.
Well, to be fair, King Koopa wants people to know if he kills the Mario Brothers.
He can always brag about it later.
That's true. But no, that was his monologuing boulder.
Yeah.
And so the crew pull up to the Coliseum, where the spaghetti charity event is going to be held. And the big guard, what was his name? Brutius Maximus Grouchimus, escorts them in. And he says the supper can't go on until some plumbing work is fixed. Mario has been complaining about how hungry he is and ready to eat he is, so he says they'll fix anything if there's spaghetti involved.
The princess and Toadstool are taking off, yes, the princess, the Toadstool, and Toad.
And the rest.
are taken off.
They're escorted away by guards who are very obviously Koopa Troopas in Roman armor.
To meet the Emperor.
Yeah.
Well, Mario and Luigi are escorted to meet the plumbing.
Was that the 3rd or 4th Meet the Parents movie?
I'm pretty sure that's the TV series that ran on HBO.
Oh, is it like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and it doesn't have Rick Moranis in it?
No, this one does have Rick Moranis.
But it doesn't have Mario.
No.
Anyway, the whole thing's a trap. The Emperor is Koopa, going by Caesar, Augustus, Septemberus, Octoberus Koopa, which is actually pretty good.
Yes.
I'll give them that. And
choosing the 2 months that aren't actually named after, the 2 months that aren't named after Roman emperors.
Thanks for explaining the joke so far that it wasn't funny anymore.
You're welcome.
That brings it back to the rest of the jokes in this show. So, actually, I should probably thank you. Anyway, so the Mario Brothers attempt to flee the guards in the original version to the tune of the comedy album song Shut Up You Face by Joe Dolce, which we'll put a clip of the cover if Aaron can find it off YouTube. If not, we can even, if it doesn't sound good enough, we can put a clip of the original actual song. It's not one I was familiar with. It's sort of a novelty song about a young Italian boy's Italian parents saying stuff like, shut up your face and some at you. And I think that's what kind of popularized those, but I didn't do the research to know that for sure.
And thanks as always to the Super Mario Bros. Super HQ channel on YouTube for the cover song. Link in the description below.
Hey, shut up, you face! 1 second!
What's the matter, you? Got to no respect. What do you think you do? Why you look so sad? It's a not so bad. It's a nicer place. I shut up your face.
He's too busy eating, Mario. He's your kind of horse.
But soon I come a day, gonna be a star.
Giddy up, chowhound!
Make a TV shows and a movie, got myself in the car. But still I be myself, I don't want to change a thing. Still I dance and the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, what's the matter you? Got to no respect. What do you think you do? Why you look so sad? It's not so bad. It's a nicer place. I shut up your face.
But anyway, the Mario Brothers end up getting chased right into the Coliseum, where they have to fight Triclyde. And supposedly, if they beat him, Emperor Koopa will let them go.
Good news. They beat him.
Bad news, as King Koopa himself states, well, the best part about being evil is you get to lie a whole lot. And he sticks a pair of lions on them.
The lions, however, would rather eat Koopa than man.
Yeah, Mario tells him, hey, lions are king of the beasts, right? You should be eating a king. Like that one right there. And so Mario volunteers to help get them prime Koopa meat, which is not a euphemism, and does just that. After freeing Luigi from Triclyde's net and them dancing around him to tangle his necks, and then when the lions are sicked out, they jump up and Mario just straight up kicks Koopa down off of the precipice in a considerable more violent show of brute strength than Mario usually has in this show.
Yeah.
I think if Koopa hadn't fallen off, if it was supposed to be the beginning of an actual fight, it wouldn't have happened. But it works because Mario springboarded himself off that pitchfork that was embedded in the freaking stone column somehow. And so the lions start chasing King Koopa. They chase him out of the Coliseum. The background matte painting warbles a bit when that happens from the effect of the coming out the door. But, it's fine. They made this show on a budget. And they do have the big spaghetti cookout. And even Grouchimus is there helping serve spaghetti. And the final beat of the episode is that the lions are hungry too. And they're so hungry they could eat a horse. Or a plumber. If Luigi doesn't make with the pasta.
Yeah.
Everybody laughs, and we cut back to Mario's psychotic episode.
Oh.
What'd you think of the Great Gladiator Gig?
Originally, I didn't actually. Yeah, when I was watching it, I'm like, I don't know. When recapping it, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you think back and it's like, it was all right.
Yeah, in retrospect, it's better than when you're watching it. Kind of like the Mario movie. That's not fair. The Mario movie is great.
The new one or the old one?
Yes.
Ah, very good. Oh, no, I enjoyed it well enough. It was, again, we're hitting a stride with these Mario cartoons where they're not great, but they're not, like, distressingly choppy or off-kilter the way the first couple were. Well, the second one's actually the strongest one, but up until last week's.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks ago. We're recording this, like, an hour later, but you know how it is in podcast business. But yeah, I thought it was fine. You know, some of the bits were good. Overall, the animation was held up to it.
Yeah, there's no rope attached to nothing that I saw.
No, not like that.
Oh, there was the no oats, no work.
Oh yeah, the Mario Brothers flee Maximus and the Koopa Troopas. And actually, this was a good bit, and I forgot to mention it because we were talking about the song. By grabbing a bag of oats and holding it in front of their horse's head. But eventually Mario uses it as a slingshot to knock Grouchimus over, and the horse immediately hits the brakes because no oats, no work. Sorry, fatso. But the Mario Brothers run, and Grouchimus actually picks up his 2 Koopa Troopa guards, bops them into their shells, like in the games, and chucks them at the Mario Brothers.
It was really good.
Yeah, and that's what actually knocks the Mario Brothers out into the open coliseum to start that bit.
The animation wasn't the best. But
They bounced around like green balls,
Yeah.
bouncy balls. But you know what? I'll accept it.
Yeah.
That's that little bit of game fidelity that you kind of ask for and don't get. It's like when Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog had a Chaos Emerald that one time.
You get it once.
Yeah, and that's it.
Another scene that I actually really liked was, oh, where are they taking us? Oh, this is the place where we capture you. Oh, this is the place where they...
Capture us. Yeah. No, it was overall solid. I think in a weird way I've like Stockholm syndrome myself into enjoying it more than I did when we were watching it. No elevated additional voices. But besides their usual roles, Harvey Atkin, King Koopa, voiced Triclyde, and John Stalker was Brutimus Maximus Grouchimus. And overall, it was pretty solid.
What about the writers?
Did I do that again?
You did.
Damn. I was so eager to talk about it. Okay, I'm going to make a clean break here.
I think now's actually a good time.
Yeah, the fact that I keep doing this means maybe this is where it belongs.
Yeah.
Okay, we have another new writer. This guy's got an interesting resume. Jack Olesker, or Olesker. He was active since the 50s. And he has been writing shows forever. In more recent times, if anyone remembers Sky Dancers, which was the girl toy counterpart to Dragonflies, although I think the other way around is probably the better way to put that, which is the action figures with the foam wings, and they were on a upside down Beyblade ripcord launcher.
Ed had some of those.
Yeah.
Hi, Ed.
Hi, Ed. Yeah, you had a Dragonfly toy that we shot at each other the time we helped you move. We might cut this out, but since you'll be listening to the Raw, you'll hear this. But anyway, he directed 17 episodes of that, or wrote. He wrote 3 or 4 of some direct-to-video Disney knockoff cartoon versions of Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and Aladdin. And they were definitely cashing in on the Disney movies because they came out in like 1994, just after all those came out. And he wrote all 65 episodes of the New Adventures of He-Man, that early 90s He-Man sequel show where he was skinny and wore pants, and he was in the future.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, no one really remembers it, but it did happen, and he's the guy who's responsible. But there's also one other little bit that's important to me personally. He's an uncredited co-developer for the original first episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Day of the Dumpster. It probably means he did some script doctoring or something with it, because it's only credited to Shuki Levy and Chaim Saban, but these two are uncredited developers according to IMDb.
Okay.
Maybe he's the one who changed Zoltar to Zordon or something. Or said, you know that robot? You should make him say, aye, 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 aye. A lot. And, you know, if that's true, then we owe him a lot.
Of aye.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that's gonna turn out.
And cut out the part where I said he's been active since the 50s, because that's actually the next guy.
I mean, this is up for you.
Oh, yeah. John, cut out the part where you say this. You stupid, stupid boy. Okay. Before we get into the ratings, the pasta power counter remains at 6. Even though this episode was about them going to eat spaghetti, they didn't get to eat it until after they fought Koopa. I'm starting to wonder if we'll ever see the pasta power again. Still, we've got another 51 episodes-ish.
Yeah.
48 Marios or 50, whatever. We got lots left. 50. There were, how many? 52 Mario episodes, and we'll have watched 7 of them now.
Yes.
6, yeah. There's a lot to come.
Yeah.
So we might get some pasta power yet. Now, how do you rate the Great Gladiator Gig? The Great Gladiator Gig.
I'm gonna let you rate it first.
All right, I'm gonna give it 5.5. Like, I did enjoy it, but only in retrospect. It didn't capture me while we were watching it. So I'm gonna give it 5.5 bouncing Koopa shells.
Okay. And I'm gonna give it... 5... 5 unpushed boulders.
Unpushed boulders. 5 unpushed boulders. Okay, so John...
However, that means there's still 5 more pushed boulders out there somewhere.
5.5 bouncing Koopa shells. I could always just write this down later when I'm listening back, but whatever. Shells. Aaron. 5 unpushed. Not imposed. Not impish. Unpushed boulders. Out of a possible 10 unpushed boulders, as you said.
5 of them were pushed.
Yeah.
5 of them remain unpushed.
Conveniently off screen. Okay, before we get to Aaron's predictions for next time, and maybe mine if I don't immediately remember them, if you want to reach out to the show, leave comments in the YouTube version. I'll leave a space here in case I actually have the YouTube channel by next time. Like I said, probably Excuse Me Super Show, because it rolls off the tongue.
You can email us at excusemesupershow@gmail.com with everything except for recipes for chocolate chip cookies.
And of course, follow the show on Twitter at Excuse Me Sup Show, because Super Show is 2 characters too long. So they use those 2...
Okay.
See, that's what happens when you try to force a catchphrase that isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
And you can follow us on Twitter at Excuse Me Sup Show, because Super Show is 2 characters too long. And now, the live action segment next time, Aaron. Bats in the Basement. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm guessing it's probably not a baseball game hosted in their basement. So, Batman shows up to avenge the death of his parents killed by bad plumbing. What about yours?
This is where I watched my parents die, Mario. Mamma mia! I know what it's about, so I'm not going to predict that one. And the cartoon, and I think you might get this one from the title, is Mario and the Beanstalk.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just let that one sit on the floor for a while.
Okay. So how are they gonna ruin this tale?
Let's predict that. They're gonna give the Beanstalk that generic cartoon simpleton voice, like, who's been messing around with my chicken?
The Beanstalk's gonna say that?
The giant. Or Koopa will be the giant.
Ooh. Yeah, I think that Koopa will definitely be the giant.
Or Koopa's the guy who sells them the magic beans.
No,
What did they trade for the magic beans? Did they trade the princess for magic beans?
No, Toad.
Toad.
I've
been traded for a lot of things, but not beans. Usually I can do that better. Let me try that one more time. I've been no. All the smoke in the air lately has ruined my some of my bits.
Yeah.
I've been traded for a lot of things, but this is the first time I've been traded for beans. See, that sounds just like him.
Yeah, that's exactly how Toad always sounds. And if you've never watched the show, you now have a perfect understanding.
Yeah. Doesn't sound a thing like Cagney. Oh. Okay, so... Yeah, Mario and the Beanstalk. I think we know where we're going with that. Maybe the harp will talk? I think the harp ain't talking anyway. I haven't heard Jack and the Beanstalk in a long time.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering whether it's going to have the golden egg-laying goose, or am I thinking of...
It'd be a golden egg-laying birdo with bad eyesight.
Ooh.
Callback.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll find out about that next time. Okay.
I'm really glad that we actually watched this episode. And we're going to get this part, because I was going to go somewhere, and then my mind went blank.
You're still thinking about the beanstalk.
I'm thinking of some sort of stock. The beef stock.
We got brisket in the oven upstairs, and we're going to go eat right away. But anyway, we'll just leave that one in for a bit of chatter at the beginning or end. The funny stuff, quote unquote. But until next time, I'm John.
I'm Aaron.
Wait, no, that doesn't, shit. Let's try that one again.
Okay.
But we're the Super Mario, no.
This has been the Super Mario Super Show.
No, it hasn't, but that's good. Let's go with that. This has been the Excuse Me Princess podcast. Super This
has been the Excuse Me Super Show podcast.
The word princess is in there, too. We're going to end up just changing this thing to be the Excuse Me Super Show, even though I really don't want it to be. I worked really hard on that intro.
I know. This has been the Excuse Me Princess Super Show podcast. I have been Aaron.
And I might be John in the morning. We'll see. We'll find out next time. And until next time, everybody, do the...
I was going to do the delayed.
Oh, okay. Should I do it so I can do the...
Yeah.
Okay, so...
This has been the Excuse Me Princess Super Show. I've been Aaron.
And I might be John in the morning. We'll find out next time. And until next time, everybody...
Do the Mario!
Do the Mario! Cut.
Hi, I'm Aaron from the Excuse Me Princess Super Show, and you've just finished listening to The Funny Stuff, quote, unquote. I am also Aaron, the Travel Plan Man. Let me tell you more. If you want to do some traveling, let's say to Brooklyn, New York, and don't want to do all the hard work, come to Aaron the Travel Plan Man, because he'll take your travel more seriously than the Mario Brothers take their cleaning. Because remember, neatness counts. Until next time, keep traveling.